So today we're going to do a walk-around inspection, show you a cold start, some lights, and go on a quick test drive of this beautifully restored, Resto modded 1968 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck. This truck was born as a two-wheel drive C10. Originally was a V8 truck, and as we'll see later on, it currently has a 5.3 liter Vortec fuel-injected V8 under the hood. The paint on this truck is about 20 years old. It's still in excellent condition. It shines beautifully. Almost absolutely no orange peel. It's got a beautiful reflection. And being 20 years old, I'm going to tell her zoom in on a couple little areas. There are some minor paint chips that have been touched up here on the windshield frame. There's one here on the hood. Might even be a little bit hard to see. All the chrome and stainless though is in excellent condition. There is a couple age cracks in the paint right here on the front of the hood, which might be a little difficult to see. They're not very noticeable. You have to look pretty hard. All the gaps on the truck are very good. There's the front of the hood on the driver's side gets a little snug towards the front, and it's a little tight here, but as you can see, a lot of that has to do with the 68 technology in the body panels. But beautiful truck, beautiful chrome 5-spoke Krager SS wheels, a little bit larger than factory. I think the rears, we got 20-inch on the rear. We'll check the front. Very nice stance. We do have a couple other little scratches that have been touched up here on the rear. There's some touch up here and a little bit of cracking here. Looks like it might have got bumped just a little bit, but there again, you have to look at it pretty close. But that's in excellent shape. There's a little bit of paint rub off towards the bottom of the tailgate, but there's no rust. The seam on the bottom of the tailgate is nice and clean. It was a pretty clean truck before it was restored. There's virtually no signs of age other than those couple little touch-ups that we showed in the paint. The paint still shows excellent. The chrome is excellent. You got 18-inch wheels in the front, so you got a nice little rake, about 1.5 inch, 2-inch rake, just right for these trucks. So the interior, of course, has been restored. The truck was a body-off restoration when it was done. The interior panels show a little bit of age to them, but not bad. Still show very well. The seats definitely were recovered with the factory style vinyl covers. They're in excellent shape. Carpet was new and it's in excellent shape. The dash pad's in excellent shape. The gauges were changed out with Tri-Tech gauges. All the gauges work. It's got a shafted later model style stereo, which I'm not sure if this one has Bluetooth or not, but works very well. As you see, the doors close very well. Tailgate closed nice and tight. Under the hood, you'll see the 5.3 liter Vortec backed with a 4-speed 700R automatic transmission. We got power steering, upgraded power brakes, and the front disc brakes. The truck steers and stops very well, but nicely detailed when they did the installation of the later model drivetrain. Everything's painted nice still. There's a little bit of wear here and there, but what you would kind of expect for a 20-year-old build, but you can see how well maintained this truck is. Just like the chrome hood hinge springs, they do show a little bit of wear, a little bit of very light surface rust, but it's not bad. It would clean up pretty nice. So, but it opens and closes very well. And that one gap that I was talking about, it's a little tight towards the front here where that chip was, and you probably saw it earlier in the video. But other than that, the gaps are pretty good on the truck. So yeah, so the next step would be cold start and lights. I guess I'll put it back up. Now we'll go ahead and get the camera set up. We'll go for a test drive in this beautiful C10. So get our seatbelts on. So we can get ready for our favorite part of the vehicle inspections, test drive.
Absolutely.
And it's really nice when we get to do a test drive video on a nice vehicle. And this 68 C10 is definitely one of those vehicles. This is the third truck.
All of our cars are nice cars.
Well, yeah. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, this particular truck, it's the third truck from the same builder, and this particular truck though was built for himself personally about 20 years ago. So he put a little more effort into it, which he's always built a nice truck. Mm-hmm. Been building C10s for 40 years. Been doing the LS Resto mods for a little over 20 years. Mm-hmm. And so he knows his C10s, especially 68 through 72. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get started, and we can talk a little bit more of that while we're just driving around. But as you saw, the truck does have tilt steering, which is really nice. Fuel-injected Vortec 5.3 liters, so it's just turn the key, starts right up. And the 4-speed 700R automatic transmission. All my gauges are working except for my fuel gauge. We'll have to take a look at that, but it's got TPI Tech. I'm sorry, I said Tri-Tech earlier in the video. It's TPI Tech gauges. All the lights work. We showed that in the video.
Turn signals work with the indicator lights on the dash. Like Dad said, it does have a more modern style stereo in it that does work well. Speakers are actually behind the seats, upgraded speakers, so the system does sound good.
I do not believe that the blower motor works. It's not turn them on, but so driving, yeah, the stereo works. Sounds way better than an AM stereo that probably was in the truck originally, if it had a radio.
Right. Back
in 68. But kind of a windy day today. We got a little bit of wind noise, which is not too uncommon for a pickup truck.
Right.
But power front disc brakes. It runs and drives very well. I'm gonna have to get off the Cassopolis Street just a little bit and see. Look, it pulls just a little bit, but Cassopolis Street has a crown to it, so I want to get. I don't remember it pulling before.
And from the passenger perspective, the truck does ride very nice, much better than a stock truck would have.
Oh yeah, the handling is, yeah. I mean, straight and narrow down the road. During acceleration, 45 miles per hour, no hands. The truck runs and drives as it should. The seats are really comfortable.
Yeah.
Padding feels great.
It does.
Yeah, nice addition to the center console. The driver's seat could move back a little bit with the brackets. Adjustment on the brackets. For a taller person, it'd probably be a little more comfortable. But I'm good. I'm 6 foot. I'm comfortable. Sun visors.
They're in good shape.
The paint on this truck is
Excellent.
yeah, unbelievably maintained.
Just an absolutely gorgeous truck. I mean, it doesn't present itself like a 20-year-old build at all.
No, I couldn't believe it. When I first saw it and he told me the truck was 20 years old, I couldn't believe it. I would be proud to take this any cruising or local car show. And passerbys, I've showed the flaws in the paint in the walk around video. They're very small. Just walking around the truck, people don't notice them. We've had numerous people who've seen the truck already and just.
It's a gorgeous truck.
Yeah. It's just these Resto mods, and I tell you what, Bob does a beautiful job.
He does.
They're not over the top. The suspension's still fairly stock. Typically upgrades the front a little bit with like a 72 style, larger rotors and larger disc brakes. It does have a 12 bolt GM rear end. We're gonna get out here and get on the truck a little bit. It's warmed up a little bit now. Still got great oil pressure, 15 psi, and getting up to about 150 degrees, so we're getting some warmth. So downshift it a little bit and see. Tight on the road. Yeah, great truck. I probably wouldn't hesitate to drive this truck just about anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Bob did another very nice job. The two-tone paint, and with the factory style chrome trim and stainless trim, the truck. We'll leave a black line on the road, coming off the street. So yeah, sitting still, and I'm not getting on the truck, not beating on it, but it broke that tire loose with ease.
Yeah,
fun truck.
It is.
Yeah, it's a great truck. So if you're in the market for a beautiful truck, beautiful C10, Resto mod truck, and something that you can drive, you need to take a look at this truck. And she is turnkey, ready to go. Rock Solid Motorsports.